Hello my dear aspirants, a very warm welcome to you all. I hope all of you are doing great and preparing well for coming examinations. I welcome you all to our official channel of Adda 24/7 Northeast. I'm your mentor Shubhankar Nongsiet, and today I've brought a very important session for all the aspirants of Meghalaya who recently appeared for the examination of MPSC LDA, which was held on the 22nd of August. So as we know that many applicants appeared in that particular examination, and as we know this time the post is also more as compared to the previous LDA examination, and the paper was also quite good. So the main question out here among aspirants is that what might be the cutoff? Because after examination the students are thinking only one thing, that is, sir, what will be the cutoff? And if I am somewhere near the cutoff range, which will show out here, in that case, what should I do in the next stage? Because as you know, we have a personal interview as well. In personal interview, most probably you'll be having typing test or skill test, you can say, along with that your personality test. So what are the things that we have to keep in mind, and what might be the cutoff that we are going to discuss in this particular video? So many aspirants, because of this particular examination, they are not focusing on other exams now, right? Because as you know, we have MCS aligned on our way, then we have SI of supply aligned on our way, and also we have DSC, LDA and storekeeper also aligned in our way. So because of this particular examination, they are not being able to think out of the box. So let's decode what might be the cutoff, my friend. I'm using the word might, so this is not the official cutoff. Be careful. And also this cutoff analysis is mainly on the basis of the comments received by many aspirants in the particular video. So the video that I'm talking about is your paper analysis video, paper analysis video, and your paper solution video that I posted in YouTube day before yesterday. And I mentioned in that particular video that, my dear aspirants, make sure that you comment down below the score that you might think that you have received, and based on that, based on overall data, we can come up to a conclusion that what might be the cutoff for different categories. So let's start our session without further ado. Okay. What are the candidates' comments really telling us, right? Okay, so see, mainly if you talk about the paper pattern, it's very important to understand the paper pattern. And also, as you know, from last year, this time more aspirants has appeared for this examination. So yes, the competition is higher, and the cutoff also we might expect that it might go higher because the post is also more, right? Around over 120 posts are there. So as we have more number of posts, so the cutoff also might go a bit higher as compared to last year. Last year, I think for unreserved it was 230 or 240, something like that. But this time we can expect it might go a bit more higher. Okay, so let's understand that first. So mainly if you see the examination pattern, so very common comments that I've received from the students is that aptitude and reasoning was somewhat manageable. Okay, and computer was also somewhat okay, but the main difficulty the student faced was from English and GK and current affairs. And these two paper holds a count of 50% of the weightage, okay? The highest weightage you can say. Two subject 50% and the remaining three subject 50%. Yes, so these two will be the main deciding factor in this particular examination. Okay, along with that, if you move ahead, okay, the big question is, I scored so and so marks out of 300. So do I have a chance? What might be the score? So these are some scores which were predominantly seen repeating in the comment box. There are other scores as well. I saw some of them putting 184, some of them putting 140 and all also. Okay. So these are the score. Based on this, okay, we've got a lot of a big range, and based on this range, we are going to segregate the cutoff. Okay, let's move ahead. So what the comment shows? So most reported scores started from 100s to 290 marks. Okay, along with that strong cluster, if we see majority comment that were matching with each other was from 180 to 230. And if you move repeated points, then 220 plus was repeated a lot in the comment box. Along with that, high reports were 250 plus. Okay, many aspirants were commenting that it should be 250 plus. But see, my friend, these comments are mainly from those aspirants who must have done quite good. Suppose I assume that 30,000 aspirants has appeared in the examination. I don't know the exact number, but obviously this time it was more than the last time. Okay. Among them, obviously, not all 30,000 can score this much, right? Do you think this much? No. There will be so many aspirants who must have not even prepared and they just have gone to give the examination. Yes, so we have to take those things also into consideration, right? And based on that, we have to take out a cutoff which can be in the margin of discussion. Okay, so if you move ahead, okay, where were marks lost? So where did the student lost so much of marks? So mostly English, GK and current affairs. These were the major challenges faced by our aspirants. But computer and quants and reasoning was somewhat scoring. Computer was moderate, but quants and reasoning was very much scoring. Okay, and also many of my students who were in my MCQ batch, okay, their attempts is around about 240 and all. So I was happy to know that, and they could secure that only in the span of 20 days. So this is a very good achievement. And some of them even texted me saying, sir, I'm got only 212 and so on. So do I have chances of selection? So I said, might be that you have it. Okay. But you should be proud of yourself that you secured this much marks only on the span of 20 days. At the last moment you started studying. So you have to focus on the next exam, because in that exam would be a surety for you that you surely get selected. Yes. So based on that, the paper was not equally difficult. All section had different level of difficulty. The most difficult one was English, okay, as the student mentioned about. Okay, and if you move ahead, okay, what is the cutoff? So this is not an official cutoff yet. So mainly we are talking about our comment based cutoff. So selection mainly depends on your rank, vacancies and category and shortlisting. Okay, and many comments were saying, so what is the minimum marks to pass this examination? So mainly, my friends, see, on competitive examination you don't have a specific pass mark unless you give a civil service examination, which is 30%. But just by securing 30%, it does not mean that you will get the chance to sit for a PI. No, because we have 120 posts, okay, and for 120 posts, 360 students will be called, because the selection ratio is 1:3. So top 360 students will only get selected. Okay, so the cutoff would be set by the last student, that is your 360 numbers student, whoever he is or she is, they will set the cutoff. And based on the top, we'll see this many students are being called for the interview. Okay, so that's why there's no fixed pass mark. Okay, no fixed pass mark, because I have seen many students commenting fixed pass mark also. So how much is the pass mark and so on, right? Okay, so that's why we use the range to see the thing. Now, if you talk about the range, then this might be the estimate, my friend. Okay, what can be the estimate? So for Garo, okay, Garo category students, 205 to 215, we are assuming this should be the score. Okay, for Khasi Jaintia, 225 to 235 should be the score. And for unreserved category, it should be 245 to 255 score. This should be the score range, my friend. Okay, and if we talk about central estimate, then a mid estimate, then it should be, for Garo it should be 210, for Khasi Jaintia it should be 230, and for unreserved it should be 250 plus. Okay, but again, these are comment based estimates, not official cutoff, because the video has around about 15,000 views, and among them only around about 130 or 140 students commented below, right? So many students, they did not comment, so obviously they might not have this much range. So that will also change the cutoff variation. So that is why I can say that the safe score will be what? See, expected cutoff is something else and safe score is something else. They are not equal. Okay, expected is this much, but safe would be that you are sure that you'll qualify. Would be for Garo 220 plus. If you have scored, then you can start preparing for your interview. Khasi Jaintia 240 plus, and under reserve 260 plus. This score, if you have secured, then you should start preparing for your personal interview. Okay, and those who could those who are not in the range, do not worry, do not get demotivated, because there are other exams also waiting for you. So whatever is gone, just leave it. Okay, don't focus on the past, focus on the future. Try to focus on the future examinations. Okay, so this is just a roundabout estimate. Okay, you cannot say that this would be sure this is the mark. No, roundabout estimate, and mainly this estimate has been taken on the base of the comment that student has posted on 2 of my videos. So roundabout, if I compile both the videos, there I've received around about 300 to 400 comments, and from those particular comments I have taken out this data. That's why I did not put cutoff session immediately yesterday. I took some time to analyze properly, and then I came up with this particular cutoff that you see out here. Okay, so if you talk about score decoder now also, see, I would not say that this is the official cutoff. So that's why there's a lot of discussion going on. So let's understand. For Garo, 190 is the marks which many aspirants are putting in. So this is the starting range, you can say. Okay, 210 is competitive, that means you might be in the safer zone. Okay, and 220 is very strong for Garo aspirants, but this 220 range starts for Khasi Jaintia students. Okay, then 230 is competitive, this will be the mid range, you can say, If you have scored this much also, then you should start preparing for your interview. Okay. And 240 for Khasi Jayanti is a very strong point. And the starting point for unreserved is around 250. And very strong would be 260 plus. Okay. So if you are falling in between this range, according to your category, for example, Garu 190 to 220. Okay. In that case, you should start preparing for your interview. Okay. For Khasi 220 to 240. Then also you should start your preparation. And for unreserved 240 to 260. Then also you should start preparing. Okay. Because you never know. What if number of applicants is not equal to number of appeared students, right? So in that case, you have chances, right? So this is the score decoder that we have. So, and also the final cutoff is not official. It can change, okay? Depends on many criterias, okay? As I mentioned before, right? 360 students would be called. So obviously top 360 students will only be called for the interview, right? And from there, one aspirants would be selected, okay? Now, don't wait for the result. Your next battle would be interview. Now see, in most cases what happens is your written exam is your final merit, which decides the final merit list. Okay, interview marks are generally qualifying in most of the examination if you see, but I'm not sure about MPSC LDA. If they are going to take personal interview marks also into consideration, then also you have a good chance that even if you do personal interview very well, okay, if you can score very close to the full marks, then also there are chances that you might end up becoming an LDA. Okay. So I would pray that this happens, that they take the weightage of interview as well. Okay. In that case, you have chance. But if they do not take the interview weightage, in that case, my friend, it will be totally merit based, and the merit will be decided by the written exam marks that you have scored. Okay. So let's hope that interview marks are also allotted to you. And based on that, final cutoff should come. Okay. Along with the interview marks, it should be final cutoff. Right. So that we might think. So what are the things to keep in mind if you really want to prepare for interview? So 5 things you should prepare, my friend. First thing is understand Meghalaya GK and current affairs properly. What's going on in our state? What are the things that you have to focus? What are something that you cannot avoid? Okay, something that you cannot avoid. They might ask you as being a Meghalayan student. Yes, so you have to focus on those areas. Along with that, your personal background, very, very important. Okay, this time has gone that when you say my name is Shubhankar Nongsiet and I have done graduation in so and so and I've been working for so and so. No, these are very outdated type introduction. So you have to personalize, okay? Personalize your introduction. Try to stand out in the interview as among the others, okay? Along with that, why LDA, why government service? Why do you want to join LDA? These are very common questions they ask. So make sure you answer tactically. Okay, don't say that, sir, LDA is a government job, that's why I want to join, and it's like 10 to 4 p.m. job, so it's very simple, life gets very easy. We just have to sit, we have to type, and that's it. No, don't give such answers. Give tactical answers. Along with that, understand your strength and weaknesses. They ask that also. What are the areas where you are strong? What are the areas where you are weak? Understand that as well. Along with that, LDA duties, basic office administration, you should know. Okay, and start your typing practice also from now on, because the previous LDA, my students who got into LDA, they told me themselves that they had to give typing test as well. Okay, so that is why try to do typing as well. Along with that, clear, confident communication. Try to speak loudly, okay, and clearly. And next, these are few interview questions that you should focus, so you can take a snapshot of it. Right, so that's it, my friends. So do not be demotivated if you're not in that particular range that I have shown you. Don't be demotivated, because you have more options for you. Okay, and if you are very serious that you want to get a job this year, then you still have chance. What you can do is you can join our foundation batch. Okay, in that foundation batch, okay, will be teaching you from the very basic. These are the foundation batch, and it's not only for LDA. This foundation batch focuses on all other exams of Meghalaya. For example, your sub-inspector in supply, sub-inspector of station, and other, okay, sub-coordinator, then we have license officer, okay, sub-divisional officer, and all those type of recruitment exams it focuses. So you can join this one-time batch, which will make you master from your basics and move towards your advanced level. And if you want, okay, you can comment down below link. I'll share you the WhatsApp link where we have already many students. You can ask them how the classes are conducted. Okay, and also I can share you a free demo class link so that you can check, okay, this is how the classes are being done. Okay, this is how the questions are being given to us. We get DPP, other things, everything in one session. Okay, so you want to be serious, you want to crack exam, then you should join us. We'll help you to do it. Okay, we are not like other coaching centers which takes hefty of money. Okay, in the MCQ batch, I have met so many aspirants who were doing coaching in other institute. Okay, but they didn't get anything from there, so they joined the MCQ batch, and joining the MCQ batch made them get score around about 180, which is not a joke, in just 20 days, right? So you can talk to them as well, how the classes are conducted, how are they finding the classes, right? So you can just comment down below link, okay, and we'll share the link to you. Limited seats, we are not taking too many students. Seat is only meant for 100 students. Once 100 students is filled, we are not taking any other admissions. Okay, so enroll fast because many students are joining this particular batch. If you do not know, then you should join, I would say. And also we have a separate batch for your sub-inspector of supply. Here also, if you want, you can join this particular batch. This exam is going to be held on the 30th of October. So we have time, right? So you can join this batch. Here's the contact number given below. You can contact this number to get all the details regarding the batch, how the classes are being to form, and also you'll be getting the study plan beforehand, so that you can see, okay, this subject is in this date, this time, I'll join the class like that. Because some topic you must have studied. So don't waste your time by joining those classes. Just join the topics that you require. And if you're a very basic, then you don't have to think anything. Just join our batch and keep practicing and follow the strategy that we give you in the classroom. No one is going to stop your selection, that I can guarantee. Okay, my friend. So contact this number to know more. So that's it. Thank you so much. I hope this session was helpful. And if you found that the cutoff range is quite high, then you can comment down below that as well. So I'll see you in the next session, where we are going to detail some more things about this examination and what is the next step that you have to focus in detail. So stay tuned. New aspirants should subscribe our channel, press the bell icon so that you don't miss future notification, and also make sure to like the session. Thank you and keep studying. Bye-bye. Thank you.